Rings of Power episode 5 dropped on Amazon Prime, and I gotta say, this was a fantastic episode. I really thought this was one of the best paced episodes of the season so far. A lot of people have complained that not a lot has happened in the show so far. I think people need to take a moment and remember how slowly paced Fellowship was. And I'm not even saying that as a negative. I fucking adore Fellowship. It is one of the greatest films ever made. I love the Lord of the Rings movies in general, but there was a lot of plot to set up and details to set up, and we are reintroducing people into this world. You got to remember that there are new people coming into this. There are hardcores. There are just people who have seen the movies and not read the books, like myself, who adore the movies and would like to get into the books eventually. But yeah, I mean, so this show is doing a lot for a lot of different people, and so I get it. Being frustrated, the show's a little slow, but I think after this episode, I think we will definitely pick up. This episode has a lot of the shots that you see in the trailer with the ships going off at the end of it and stuff, and I really like and I think that's symbolic of the show finally setting sail into this adventure and moving forward. These first few episodes are really just getting us acquainted with the conflict of Durin and Elrond's relationship and what that means, and the dwarves and the Harfoots and their conflict, and Galadriel and how she deals with things. And yes, Galadriel can be kind of frustrating with her decision making, but how she still has good heart and instinct in a lot of these scenarios. And so this is a really fantastic episode, and I really enjoyed what it was able to do. The pacing, the music in this episode was really, really solid. The direction in this episode was really, really solid. And I'm excited to see what happens next. I also think this episode shows that we're probably getting into things pretty soon here, because this is episode 5 of season 1. And so, I believe there's only 10 episodes of this season. So halfway through is when the story starts picking up and we start getting into things and start preparing for the next season, which I think will be better paced and better put together. I think Amazon is definitely going to take some criticisms of this show, and I mean legit criticisms, not that fake bullshit that you're hearing about the show, how it's woke, how it's terrible. I mean real criticisms. They're going to take those and I think advance the show to be better in the next couple seasons. Maybe get some better directors. Not to say anybody in this show particularly did a bad job, but I think they need someone who's a little bit stronger with these actors, because these actors are good in their roles, but maybe maybe there's some better dialogue and script writing in there to really beef this thing up and maybe be even better. But I really enjoyed this episode, and I'm excited to see what happens next.